Hey guys, so just a few quick little things. This is actually just a picture that I took of the article that I shared with you guys in my last video. It was the Jerusalem New Moon calendar website that I was on, where I was showing you guys that they had the exact time that the new moon phase is going to start, ushering in Nisan 1, which will be the beginning of the new year on the biblical calendar. And this is just the top of that page, which I forgot to show in the video. So I was just taking a screenshot so I could use this picture as the thumbnail for the video. Well, now that I have it as a picture and I'm looking at it, I didn't even realize all that time that it actually had a 37 inside of it. I didn't even realize that. See, the current time, their website is like a countdown to the new moon. And so it logged in what time I was on their website and visiting their page. This lighting is kind of bad, but if you can see, I was on there at exactly 12:37 and some seconds. So that's pretty cool. I didn't even pay attention to that. And then this is just what I was showing you guys earlier, March 17th at exactly 3:11 p.m. They said the moon is supposed to go into the next phase, which would be the new moon. And then, so on here, and I'll actually probably include the link to this web page just so you guys can keep track of it if you like also. But they show you where the moon is right now, like what percentage it is counting down to the new moon. And so I didn't even notice that at the time I was on the web page, the percentage was exactly at 12.5, which 12 plus 5 is 17. So that's just another sign. And the other thing I want to show you was, remember I was talking about how weird the weather was acting earlier, or in my video before last, it was acting really crazy, and I was mentioning the storehouses of snow and judgment, and the Lord allowing the destroyer, the man-made tampering with the weather modifications to happen because of judgment. Well, I happened to come across this video just now, a CBS News video where they was telling how many nor'easters had happened. I haven't been keeping up with it. I just know that it was a lot of them. But they're saying that there's been 3 within 11 days. So guys, 3 nor'easter storms striking the same location all within 11 days. That's complete insanity, and that's definitely not normal. And when I seen this, I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. But then I noticed that it was 3 nor'easter storms in 11 days. So that's another 311, which I brought up in my other video. And then I noticed that that was the exact time, according to this website tracker, that's the exact time, 311, that the new moon phase is supposed to occur in Jerusalem, which would confirm the new year beginning. So 311. And then I just counted the storms, how many of them had occurred, which was 3 in 11 days, another 311. So pretty interesting. I also, out of curiosity, wanted to see exactly when I had began on YouTube, and I can just show you guys. because I was just curious. And I've often kind of just like rounded the year off. And I thought it was actually 2012. And I would just always say like an approximate amount of years. But one day I was led to literally go look at the exact year of when I started, because I was viewing one of Brother Todd's videos, and he meant, 311 got originally started from when he was, I guess, first called to a prophetic type ministry and like a deeper spiritual level. And I believe that it was March 2011. I know for sure the year was 2011, and that he was mentioning that it had been a 7-year cycle since that first happened until 2018, the biblical year we're waiting on to complete that 7-year cycle. And when I looked on here to see when I first got on here, lo and behold, I first joined YouTube in 2011 and also in the month of March. So that's another 311 confirmation of this 7-year cycle. And that's not the only person. I've heard a prophetess speak about the Lord teaching her that the bride and the prepared church has been inside of a 7-year cycle that began in 2011. And once that new moon happens and we cross over into the new year, biblical 2018, we've completed our 7-year cycle. So a lot of very interesting things that I'm learning. And I'm just eager and curious as to what all the Lord has planned for us and in mind for us. I just know that there's a change coming and a lot of joyful things coming for his people and hopeful things. I'm just very anxious and curious to get to that time frame and for them to occur. The last thing I wanted to share right quick, I think it was Lashara Pinky. I think she's the person who had the black moon dream or the vision about the black moon. And with me looking at the new moon phases, what I learned was that the new moon, let's see if I can pull up an image just to show you guys. But basically, when the new moon occurs, that's when it's fully in black. And so we were all kind of trying to figure out like what did that black moon reference in her dream mean? And if you can't see because it's black, but so yes, which I didn't know. For some reason, I associated a new moon with being a full moon, but actually it's the opposite. We're waiting until it goes completely dark for it to be the new moon, because I guess it's like resetting for the next cycle. So I think that the reference the Lord was giving her with the black moon was just another confirmation. See right here, new moon picture, and see how it's completely black. It's completely covered in the shadow right here. So we're waiting for the white part to get completely covered up. That's what this percentage countdown is. See how it's mostly covered up, but it still has that slither of 12.5% left. From the looks of this and from the barley report, I'm going to say that yes, we can count on the new year is probably going to happen on March 17th, which is coming up in a few days actually. So that's very exciting, because I don't know how well you can tell, but see the white part, that slither is not that big, and 12% is not a big percent, and it's already counted down so far since I've been on there earlier. I'm going to keep up with it, and I'm going to come on here and share with you guys when it finally reaches all the way down to the new moon. I'm pretty confident that it's going to happen very shortly here. So Yeah, when that white part is completely covered up and the whole thing is black or dark, then we'll know we have a new moon in Jerusalem and the new year will be here. So that's just another confirmation. All right. God bless you guys.